So what I want us to do is to start becoming more conscious, start choosing things in a better way for ourselves, and start creating a life that's going to gear us to really take advantage of the opportunities that are going to show up for us in the years to come.
This podcast is brought to you by The Integrated Human. We work up, down, inside out to plug yourself into your potential. If you want to see what we are up to and what's next, sign up to our newsletter or follow us on social media. If you like what we are doing, we really appreciate it if you can like our post on social media and YouTube and help us grow.
All right. Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast. I'm Jason Shields, and I'm the big one.
And I'm Marit, and I'm the tiny one.
Yep. Back in the hot seat, ready to stand and deliver, even though we're sitting down.
I don't want to do a standing podcast now.
No. On a treadmill. That's the next thing, right?
That's the next thing. No, thank
Let's
you.
be fit.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So what has been happening?
What's been happening? I feel it's 2 months since New Year's Eve, but it's I realized it's 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been really busy. Stuff is happening not just here, but everywhere, right?
I think it's crazy times we're living right now.
Yeah, crazy times.
It is just crazy. Like this is it's like Kate taken out of a cartoon or something.
It's random.
It's like a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Right now. I don't think.
Well said. I haven't heard that. That's exactly what it feels like.
It feels like a South Park episode.
Yeah. They killed Kenny.
They killed Kenny. Yeah.
Bastards.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. No, it's odd times. I think it's very natural to be affected by it. I know I am. So I really have felt the last 2 weeks that more important than ever is to really, and you said it very good yesterday when we had a conversation, to stay on purpose, because I notice when I go to bed, I can actually feel that my heart is beating quicker if I read the news too much right now, because it's so much uncertainty. And although I'm trying kind of to come back, it's really important to, I noticed that although my head is okay, I'm good spiritually, my body is having reactions to it. And I think that's very natural. Yes. But it makes me very aware that right now I really have to do one breath at a time, come back, protect my mission, and stay focused on actually what I can do anything about. And that is right in front of me right now. It's the next patient, it's the next email, it's the next interaction.
Is how you have it on the inside.
And I'm protecting that with everything I have right now.
Well done. Very well done.
And I think it's also difficult time to do that now, which because also of the winter. And that brings us a little bit into the questions we have for today.
Yes, please.
Because we got a question from one of our lovely listeners. I love this guy. He is very committed to improving himself. He has made huge progress. We have known him for years now.
Yeah, he's a Superman.
He's a Superman. I think it's also beautiful because although he's been doing his work for many years now, it's not
and
like
getting massive
results. It's not like you don't get affected by things anymore.
I
think that's kind of, we're waiting for that. Nothing's going to affect me anymore. I'm just going to have bliss and whatever for the rest of my life. My experience is that that's not the case. You just become more and more aware, and the more aware I become, the better I can handle it. But in Jiu-Jitsu, and if you watch on YouTube, Jason kind of, when I got confused in Jiu-Jitsu or in martial arts, I always said I knew everything. And then 3 months later, I was crying because I didn't understand anything.
Yeah.
And what Jason did then is that he kind of had his palm up and he said, well, all your fingers are connected, so you understand everything. But then as you grow, the more awareness you get, you see the separation between the fingers. And when you see the separation, you see all the holes you have.
Yes.
And in the process of awakening, I will see that's everything I see I need to improve, everything I can't control. Where before I didn't see any of them, or maybe saw 2, I now see 5 things between every finger. And then, you grow more and you kind of grow into that.
Yeah.
But then you have 2 hands and then they split up.
Yeah.
And then you have 10 holes.
Yeah, you see what, exactly.
So it gets,
holy shit.
Your life gets better and better and you improve more and more, but you see so much more. And then you forget where you started from. And that's the continuous process.
And that's actually why you have the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is the less you know, the more you think you know.
Exactly.
And the more you know you don't know, because the amount of separation between the fingers, or the areas of knowledge and connectivity, you become more and more aware. You realize that there's more and more you can't control, you can't understand, you can't see, you can't. And then you give yourself over to the fact that it's beingness and not knowing everything that is the thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And so that's kind of the process of waking up. It's not like you kind of now understand everything and it's settled.
Yeah, I fixed that.
I fixed
and now
that.
I never have to learn anything else. Know it.
I've had a lot of depression. I still have it. It doesn't go away. You just learn to identify it quicker. You learn to handle it quicker. And you always, the more you get into it, you also know this too shall pass.
Yes. And instead of being depression, you are a fantastic, wonderful, highly functioning human being who at that point in time is expressing the frequency of depression.
Yes.
And you know that the frequency of happiness will come back at some point when that's
and then I
finished.
also know that when I have, say, depression, I know you're not going to be the most productive or creative right now.
Yeah.
Because that's not the frequency you're having right now.
Exactly.
But it will pass that also.
Yeah.
And then it also, everything has seasons, you know. Yeah. But we had this lovely guy, he sent us a message, and I thought I said, we wanted to bring it up because you have something in Norway, we talked about it before, it's called winter depression.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I have to say it is a fact. It's not just a theory.
Just for the people who are listening to us that are in North America, for example, or in Southern Europe, we have many people from all over the world that are listening to us. Understand something, that when you're sitting in Texas in the evening and it's dark and it's hot, that does not exist here. We are so far north that the sun only peaks out a couple of hours a day and then it goes away. Meaning that in the wintertime, dark and cold go together and warm and light go together, but you don't have dark and hot. You don't have light and cold really, because it's not even sunlight, it's dusk. It's kind of like the sun kind of peaks over and then it goes away, right? So it is actually a thing. Not only are you less outside, less mobile usually on average, even people who are exercising, but because you're not motivated to be outside when it's dark and slippery, at the same time as it is a fact that your pineal gland is not receiving full spectrum light and sunlight like you would if you were having daylight during the day.
Exactly.
So it is a biological fact.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lovely guy sent this message. So he said, "Hello, people. Lately, I have struggled a lot, finding joy in very few things. Things I love feel a lot like a burden to do. The creativity is really low. I usually paint and build stuff and other things like that. But I do the work, meditate, breath work, trying to see within, training, and eating well. I try to limit my choices so I don't need to think more. I normally have short down periods with more severe anxiety, but it only lasts for a few days once in a while. Now it seems more like a dark, cloudy day that never really ends. Of course, there's still good moments and good days, but the overall feels so meh." So with that out, any episode suggestion from the Big and Small podcast? We have made 114 episodes, so we figure we make a new one for him, because I think this is something that's very important in the time we are in now.
Absolutely.
So he asked, and any suggestions on how to think, change anything, or is it just to grind it out until the cloud is gone?
Exactly. And I will say, first of all, that he is able to look at the situation and see his situation in himself and name. He's a man, so naming the emotion is actually a win in itself. And also seeing that it's affecting him and how it's affecting him in his everyday life. Things that I normally like to do, and I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
We're in this phase, aren't
we? Exactly.
You were going from before it was just anxiety, and now he's expanding and is seeing that usually I would do this.
Yes.
But I'm not.
Exactly.
And he's seeing the anxiety.
Yes.
So you're seeing much more.
He's seeing much more, and he's having depression, which means that his energy level's dropping, and he realizes that it's affecting him in things that he normally does, which then he knows it's not those things. Because this is the issue often. We're having a feeling, and the feeling will want to magnetically attach itself to things in our environment. So if we are feeling depressive, often we isolate. We don't feel outward going. And then we cut away everything and everybody around us. We start thinking, oh, it's because of that thing, and I need to cut that out, and I'm doing too much of this, or this is just taking my energy, or this is actually, it's just the feeling right then of that depression that wants you to move inward. So there's this song, war, what is it good for, right? Absolutely nothing. Well, that's actually not true.
Didn't we get the frying pan?
Yeah, exactly. We got a whole bunch of
maybe
things.
that was NASA. Anyways,
we got Teflon, I think.
Teflon.
Yeah. And my grandfather, War Daddy, actually invented the technique of welding aluminum, because they had to do that in order to repair some of the Sherman tanks that he was driving. So he figured that out. I wish he'd gotten the patent for it, because then we would be super rich. But my point is that war is good for something, and so is depression. Depression is an emotion that moves us inward. It invites you to release some of the outside world, and that's why you don't really want to paint or be creative and all that. It's often when we've been really pushing on the outside, and then we'll get depressed because we're feeling empty. And that's our opportunity to go on the inside and really work and do the deep meditation. So that's what he's doing. So he's understood the technique, and he's using the energy to continue meditating. Now, the question is he just going to grind it out? Do you have anything to...
Well, I can say, coming from depression, depression is one of my majors, easy accessible.
Major three.
Major three. One of them is easy accessible. I want to do a lot, and I get affected a lot. I end up there. I don't like I don't like the word grinding it out. I'm more just sit it out. Use it. I more accept that I know what it is. I know this will pass. I continue doing exactly like he's doing. I'm eating well. I'm training. I accept that in this space and time, I will be less social, because I just don't have the energy for it. But trying to see, I'm always monitoring myself. Is there anything good I can do? Do I have the energy to do anything good? If the answer is no, when I'm there, even closing my eyes to have a meditative session is impossible. But I can breathe consciously watching TV.
Yeah.
So I do actually that. I have to go that far down the ladder.
The function ladder.
The function ladder, because just if I sit, I feel too much pressure, and I get angry and upset, and I feel uncomfortable. But I can do a lot of conscious breathing with my eyes open and doing stuff. So when I make food, I'm really focusing on my breath. When I watch TV, I'm focusing on my breath. So I go all the way back there.
Yeah.
And then I'm constantly asking myself and feeling into myself, do I have the energy?
Yeah.
Is there any change? And just waiting, because all of a sudden I have like half an hour where I feel something different, and then I use that to really to go out and take the walk, or write that email that requires some sort of creativity, or I hang out with people. So I'm really looking for the opening, because it's not like 4 hours of depression, 2 hours of joy, 6 hours of depression, 4 hours of joy. It is more, I don't know, 2 weeks, half an hour.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours of sadness, and 4 hours of joy. So I monitor it all the time to really just, is there change in the frequency?
Yeah.
And if it is, I use it.
Yes.
And if not, I just allow it, because this is also a season of something. And exactly like it's doing, I know I need to eat, so I eat well, I train well. If you're in the north, get the vitamins and do all that.
And we also have a full spectrum light, what they call a sad light,
So I do that also.
Yeah, up in the office here. And that's actually, interestingly enough, there's a strength and weakness with having it in the office, is that we are very much at work. So it's easy to get. But when you're on vacation away from the office and you don't have it at home,
And you don't use it.
then you don't use it. And that's an issue, because then the spiral, because it's a biophysiological state, starts to magnify itself instead of really, and when you get really low, you just can't be bothered to use it.
That's the thing. That's the thing with
Yeah.
depression. It's not like
Yeah.
It's not like you're lazy.
No,
It's just out of a question. You
you
don't have
no
it in
energy.
you.
Exactly.
So I would say, and also I would
Yep.
say that the more work I do, the worse it in one way gets, because you see more and more.
Yeah.
And this year I've been really, because I'm trying to figure out what's the best solution for me to have a high energized, high resolution, high rapid life. That's what I want to have.
Yep.
So to have 6 months of downtime really doesn't work for me.
No.
So this year I've been really, we started talking about it 3-4 years ago about winter depression, and I've been kind of tightening the screw around the awareness around it more and more. This year I've been really paying attention to it. I started using the light in September. I started really, I've been monitoring a shit ton of things. And that also made it worse in one way, because all of a sudden you started to see the nuances within, but also made me much more aware. So it felt worse, but affected me less.
Yes.
If one can say that.
Yep.
So now I have a plan for next year.
Yes. Nice.
To see if that is going to make anything different from this year.
And that is being a little less beginner human all the time.
Exactly.
Like you learn to run your show, the Marit show, the Jason show. We need to learn to figure out what we need in different phases. And there's also an interesting thing. Being a person who meditates awakens you and allows you to then start becoming conscious of the patterns and rhythms in your life. And that's the patterns of wins and fails, the patterns of high and low emotions, the patterns of sicknesses and health. You figure out why it is, what it is, how it is, and when it is. You kind of understand your pattern of karma, right? And karma just means action. The things that you're reacting to, the things that you are responsive to, the things that you're being victimized by, the things that you could choose away, that you continue choosing, all of these things first demand that you are aware of them. So he's doing an amazing job of being aware of himself and the situation. Then once you've figured it out, figure out if it's biophysiological. So go to the doctor and get your blood tested. Make sure that your emotional system is not because of, for example, unregulated diabetes. For instance, we had a situation like that. You get to a point where you checked out to make sure that your body's safe.
Even did that this year, so
yeah, right. Just
very healthy.
Gotta check. Yes, very healthy, and that's important, because then you get to cut away things that could possibly be dangerous and not just think that everything's a spiritual crisis. Exactly. Sometimes it's biophysiological and you got to take care of that shit. Right. Exactly. So once you've figured that out and you know that it comes every year, then you know that it's going to be something that you can address with perhaps vitamins, but get your blood tested. I always, because A, D, E, K are fat soluble. And if you already have enough D vitamin, then you shouldn't just randomly start taking it. Though, if you are dark-skinned, darker complected like myself, and you're living quite north, which we are here, the chances that that's a factor are high. But getting it checked and getting other things checked is not bad. You can have a lack of B vitamins, for example, that also create a lack of energy and also then a depression because you're not feeling good. So there are other things that can give you similar symptoms that people don't know about until they get it tested. Also, it's almost never wrong to put light in your face, right? So
not a flashlight,
not a flashlight, a full spectrum, exactly, a full spectrum light that you sit in 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes a day to make sure that you're getting enough stimulation to your brain, because that's something that is extremely needed and useful.
You have to do some research though, so you get the
right light,
and not like Timu shit.
Yeah. Don't get the cheap stuff. Get the best one and put money on it, because it's going to increase your quality of life quite a bit. So we have that, and then another thing is that our emotional states in general are there to energize our activities. But it sucks when all you want to do is sit at home and cover yourself up and not move and just watch Netflix, but you have 1,000 things to do.
Well, for me, what I've been doing is that when we do flow states, we talk a lot about mission and purpose.
Exactly.
And March, we're gonna hit the emotion, so it's gonna be interesting. And what you always done in when you taught me is that my emotional state can't or shouldn't, it can but shouldn't affect my purpose and mission, the things I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm a person that trains. I train no matter what. That's just how it is. If it's a snowstorm outside, I will do push-ups at home.
Yes.
Because I train.
Yeah.
I have chosen to be a person that trains.
Yes.
So for me, I am a person that works. I love to work.
Yeah.
So I don't get sick days when I'm depressed.
Exactly.
But I'm not a social person. So I would not go an extra mile to be social when I'm depressed.
Exactly.
Because it's not within that's extra.
Exactly.
That's for that's good.
Yeah, that's when you have a lot of energy and you're bubbling.
When I'm bubbling over, when I have extra to give,
yeah,
I'm social. But I'm not social if not, because it's not within my priority. I love to work. I love to train. I love
to see people grow.
I love to see people grow.
Yeah.
I love the integrated human. I love the clinic.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna put my energy.
Yes.
And if I'm having depression, and I'm trying to learn an instrument, but when I'm depressed, that's not within. Nope, not happening.
No.
That's when I have something extra.
Yeah.
Because it's not within my chosen frames.
Yeah, exactly.
But within the chosen frames, I fill them up as much when I'm depressed or happy and sad.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't affect that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The thing that's important for me now is important for me if I'm happy, angry, sad, depressed, anxious, ecstatic, joyous, encouraged, motivated.
Yeah.
No matter what, still do it.
Still do it. That's right.
So that's why the work with actually finding out what's important for you is so goddamn important. Because if you don't, you will let your emotions decide what you do and not do.
Exactly.
Then you will be a person that trains when they're happy. You will be a person that get a sickly when they're depressed, or sickly when they're sad, or stop returning phone calls at work when you're upset, whatever it is.
Exactly. Well said. Very well said. And that's the next step, and is to help your body, help your mind, help your heart. Either use it or at least let it not wreck you. It shouldn't be wrecking the structure of your life, because success is built on consistent building. Always. Everybody would love to wake up in the morning and suddenly discover randomly that they have this insane talent that makes them world famous, and it makes them eligible for getting a huge paycheck. And in fact, as they're stumbling towards picking up their paycheck the first day at work, because they're so fucking amazing, they stumble and they find a winning lottery ticket, and they win the biggest lottery and everybody loves them for being so lucky and loves them for being them and doesn't demand anything of them and always says yes to them. And then as soon as they get to work and they realize that they're just changing lives, just being who they are as a human being, and because they're such a unicorn, that their Insta account just is going nuts, and they're getting all the attention there. And every word that they speak is just tantalizing and fantastic. Do you understand? People just would like to live in this fantasy world where they don't have to be consistent. They don't have to actually look at themselves, where they don't have to confront insecurity, where they don't have to confront the fact that sometimes it's hard and sometimes they have to work with the negative emotion, and a person is awake like he is because he acknowledges, okay, I'm doing the work.
And just think about the impact he can have.
Oh,
when he speaks to his family, to friends, he speaks from a total different place.
Because
he's been there.
Yes.
So it's that's kind of why you would like to do the work. We're black belts in Jiu-Jitsu. Thank God I was a white belt once, because I can understand the struggle.
Yeah.
And same here. he can really, he's building himself.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is a part of the building process, that
Exactly.
that you will have the lows, but as long as as long as you keep doing the good things for yourself,
Yes.
you will build.
Yes. That's it. You will build over time. And sometimes it'll go fast and sometimes it'll go slow, but it's a process of constantly continuing that building.
Consistency is key.
Exactly. Consistency is key. It is the king and queen, because sooner or later you will win. Even water dug out the Grand Canyon, my friends. Think about that. Think about that. Now, water, like Bruce Lee is like, water can flow, it can crash, be like water, my friend, right? Such a great, great speech. Look it up on YouTube. Be like water, Bruce Lee. But the point is that sometimes you can crash and sometimes you have to flow. But the whole point is that drop by drop, storm by storm, whatever you have to bring, make sure that it's building you on purpose. You want to be on the path to your purpose, your mission, your direction. And that's the thing that we really build at our flow states. And you should check us out, because the whole idea around having a mission and building yourself from the inside out, which is what we do at our events, help people find that, is to be sure that you're on your purpose, that you are able to reorientate yourself when things are high or things are low, when things are good, when things are bad. Because I'm telling you, my friends, things aren't always good.
No, they're not.
And they're also not always bad.
No, so I think I would say, be in it.
That's it.
There's nothing else to do.
Yep.
Just be in it.
Be in it. Continue doing the work.
And look for the openings. I know this guy does jiu-jitsu, so I can say it. It's kind of like being in bottom side control.
Yeah.
Just keep calm.
You mean little hell?
Yeah, little hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep side control and wait for the opening. Don't try to explode out. Don't try to lift the person off you. It's not going to work. You're just going to, and that will be the same as, I'm feeling depressed, so I'm just going to run the marathon to prove that I'm not. Your body is telling you it's not the time.
Yeah.
But just wait for the opening. And when it's there, you use it. And then you're going to maybe end up in bottom side control again. That's fine. You're going to end up in less dominant position. It comes back. Just stay calm, do the right thing, keep your elbows in, remember to breathe, remember to eat, do the right things, wait for opening. There's the opening. You use the energy again. And then maybe you stay on top for half a year, 9 months, who knows? And then something hits again. Do the process again, but then you're a little bit stronger there.
Yeah.
And that I would say is the best advice. That just be in it, accept it, work with it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So just as a little bit of a comic relief though.
Comic relief.
Yo. I was asking one of the guys that came in, he was talking about Donald Trump. And I said, well, are you in on the collection? And he was like, collection? I'm like, yeah, we're collecting. Are you going to join? And he's like, well, what do you mean collection? And I said, yeah, we're collecting everybody's childhood medals, childhood ribbons, all of their diplomas for excellence as a 5-year-old, so that Trump can receive these from everybody so that he can feel good about himself. Imagine he's taking other people's medals and in a way sideways hinting he's going to support this lovely peace prize winner's bid to be president of Venezuela so that she can do some good work in her country. But instead gives her a swag bag, a pink bag with sneakers and a Trump Bible in it. This guy is the worst. I cannot believe the illusion of promise, the illusion of doing something productive for the world, and how it's constantly being turned to something base and ridiculous like a swag bag. Basically, we're giving up our freedoms in the world. Everybody's walking away from every meeting with a swag bag. It's just talk about giving away everything that's valuable to a person who can't be trusted and accepting swag bags. I see that kind of as a picture of what's going on in the world.
Yeah, I said the South Park episode.
Yeah, it's a South Park
It's
episode.
ridiculous.
So please, everybody, take care of yourself. Learn personal skills for personal development, because you have to start investing in things that they can't take from you. They can't take your knowledge. They can't take the ability you have to regulate your nervous system. They can't take from you your way of looking at things and your ability to recover. And I'm sorry, I don't like being a herald for bad news, but we're going to all have the need to recover and come back, because there's some weird stuff happening right now. So please love on yourself, love on your family, take care of your community, and join communities where people are holding the light. They're holding knowledge about how to regulate yourself. Come to flow states, learn to take care of yourself and your friends. And we are waiting for you, and we love you. So remember, you matter unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light squared. Then your energy. But if you can't be energy, matter.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope you felt we added something to your day and hopefully your life. If you want to learn more, subscribe to our newsletter and find us at integrated-human.com. That is integrated-human.com. Integrated Human on YouTube and other social media platforms. Have a great day, and thank you again for listening. Love, light, and upgrade from us at the Integrated Human team.